Hi, we're Fay and Dave.
We've been parishioners here for 36 years, and with our 6 children that have been through the schools here, we're very, very happy to belong to the Bosco community.
I think Margaret and John Day were the catalysts when they moved into the parish, but there was a lot of us that were thinking along social justice terms. So it was about 2012 when we started to get a bit serious about it, and Margaret's cousin, Sister Jan Barnett, she came and we had a discernment day of all the people that were interested in maybe getting involved in social justice.
It was just so exciting because we'd not been involved in anything with social justice before, but always had a sense of justice and fairness and treating people fairly, that kind of, and compassion, and that was always part of our life. But when we kind of came along to this day, and I don't remember how many people, maybe 15, 20 people in the hall, and it was just really exciting to think we could make a difference. We came up with this idea of twinning with another community. We had no idea at all what that would involve, and we thought, maybe we'll maybe an outback Aboriginal community we might twin with. We really had no idea. And it was Kath LeGras took it on. She thought, I'll volunteer to find out what this involves.
Yeah, she came back with this idea that maybe we could twin with a parish in Timor-Leste, East Timor.
It just kind of was, wow, it could be something concrete happening with a parish or a group in East Timor.
So the first group that went over was Kath and Adrian LeGras and John Day, and they met up with the bishop, who said, the parish of Maliana, it's Father Ernesto, go and see him. It was important that we didn't tell them what we were going to do for them. We needed them to tell us what they wanted.
We wanted whoever we were going to help to have agency, meaning that we didn't want to kind of impose what we thought they needed. So when Dave and the group went over, that was very much in their minds, that we need to speak to as many people as possible. Yeah,
I went over 3 times, not the first time, but over the next 4 years, I think I went 3 times. One thing we learned, it was important to actually show up and meet the people. I mean, they're just so welcoming and so friendly. What struck me, as I say, the friendliness of the people, but the fact that they were so young. I think the median age is 19, but the kids, the place seemed to be full of kids. The school day is divided into 2. So you have your shifts. One lot comes from about 8 to 12, and then the next lot comes about 1 to 5. So there's a whole bunch of kids in the middle of the day walking up and down the street. But their uniforms are impeccably clean, and they seem to wear them with great pride. But most of these houses don't have running water to wash. It was amazing. But just the need for education and the lack of facilities. So when we were asked to get involved, that was one of the possible projects we could do, was help out with the buildings and that sort of stuff. Repairing buildings, getting them up to scratch. We were quite happy to get involved in those sort of things. We came up with 3 projects right at the start. To do up the preschool that was attached to the parish, setting up a weaving centre for women was another thing that we thought would be a reasonable thing to take on, and another mass centre place called Odomo, which is up in the hills behind Maliana. The church was falling down, but it wasn't just the church, it was the community centre for the village. We thought, that's a good one to fix up as well. I mean, there was a whole bunch of things we could have done. It just, these suggestions were the ones we thought we'd try and help with the resources we had at the time.
We put together a little an article for a magazine or something, and we had before photos and after photos, and that's extraordinary, like the holes in the roof, and now the roof's finished, and literally holes in the floor, and just seeing that the floor's been completely done and the kids are sitting there, and all of those before and after photos are really up, make you think, right, this has been a good thing.
Seeing the impact, I thought, we've done something here. We have really helped these people. Just to see the little preschool, how it was all done up, and there's playground equipment in the front, and there's a fence around it now so the kids are safe and people just don't come wandering through. Going up and see that little church in Odomau, and the people just so proud of it, and so that, it just made me feel great. I'm doing something good here, and we are doing something good.